All right, I'm gonna read the back of this for you. Accuracy. Powered by cutting-edge AI, our simulator is accurate to 3 yards, on par with some of the best simulators in the world. And guess what? It's only $99.99. I don't know if you're like me and you've been getting ads for this GolfDaddy thing in your Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be. But for me, I've been getting these ads for months now. And it's always this dude who's swinging away at this mat and then hitting shots that are showing up on his iPhone, and it looks really dope. And I've been seeing these things for months, and it piqued my interest. And I've thought there's no way that this thing can be legit, that this thing can work. It's an iPhone camera and a golf mat. But they claim, they throw the word AI in there, and they claim that with AI, getting accuracy up to 3 yards is possible. And so yesterday, after seeing probably the 100th ad I've seen, I decided, you know what, how can I get my hands on this? And I saw on their website, it's like pre-order, but they won't ship for a while. And I was like, what's up with that? I don't really want to do that. And then I saw Dick's Sporting Goods had them. They must have gotten into Dick's Sporting Goods in Golf Galaxy. And so I went to Dick's.com and I ordered it, got it shipped same day delivery, and it showed up on my porch a few hours later. And I gave this thing a try. And the reason why I'm making this video, I don't have a YouTube channel or anything, but I saw that there's no reviews about this. If it's in my feed constantly, it's got to be in other folks' feeds. It was in my buddy's feed who's a golfer. This has to be in a bunch of people's feed, and there's nothing online. Everything you search online comes from GolfDaddy and like Reddit and random review websites that seem kind of sketchy, but there's no videos on YouTube other than those that come from GolfDaddy. And so I am today going to tell you about my experience with the GolfDaddy golf simulator. And first things first, the packaging looks amazing, right? It gives Apple, it gives Apple vibes. The white packaging on the back, you get this nice setup here of how to use it. It looks pretty. It says this is what it includes. Now, I will note that I bought this and I did get the mat and the phone stand, but there was no stake or range attachment in there. Not a huge deal, but they just weren't in there. And so we open up the box and, again, this looks nice. It's a welcome to GolfDaddy. It feels like a good material. Everything feels nice. You have inside here the golf mat itself. And, a lot of people were saying that it doesn't feel like high quality online from the limited reviews that there are, but it feels like substantial quality. And when you hit on it, it works pretty good. We hit a bunch of balls on it yesterday, and it didn't seem like it was gonna break or anything like that. It even has this sort of, it's detachable, so maybe you can replace the top of it or switch it around or something like that. And so there was definitely some thought put into this, and I like it. It feels sturdy and all that good stuff. And here is the tripod, and I'll say it's not the nicest tripod in the world, but it certainly works. I mean, you get the legs that fold down, if you can get them out. Bruh. The legs fold out like so, and they lock into place to where you can just set it down on the ground. And then this lifts up. It's simple. Your phone goes inside of here, and you're set to go. And so this works pretty well. There's a tightening thing there. It all works functionally pretty well. Like, this is good. And this mat does what it says it does. These are good things about it. Now, does it work? Let me give you the short answer. No, not one bit. It doesn't claim to do anything like it does. In fact, I mean, there's these videos on their YouTube channel of them being at a golf simulator, comparing the accuracy. And the only thing that I can think is that those are somehow manipulated or fake or under these perfect conditions. Yesterday, me and my buddy, we set the thing up exactly how it told us to set it up. We, in fact, tried it a bunch of different ways to see if we could get it to work. And it doesn't. Or at least it didn't for us. You get into the app, and the app looks pretty good. The app, it looks modern and sleek, and it seems to function well. And there's 3 different game modes. And we first tried just the range mode. And the range mode, we couldn't even get it to read our swing at first. We were swinging, and we try again, swinging, try again, swinging, try again, and probably about the 7th swing, it finally gave us a reading. And the reading was terribly inaccurate. Just terribly inaccurate. The shot that we hit, if you would have looked at the mat, was a shot that maybe was a little fat. It was right on the edge of the green little circle in the middle of the mat, and it was a flush shot, maybe a little open face. And the ball skipped to the left and just trickled like 30 yards with a sand wedge. And we were like, okay, maybe that was just a error. And so we went out of that and we went to a new game mode. And we tried the pin finder, which gives you a distance, and you choose your club and you hit into it. We tried that so many times. It would only read the swing like every 4th or 5th time. It would actually capture the swing. And then every time it was that same shot. Left into the right, low, left into the right, low, left into the right, low, left into the right, low. We weren't getting any kind of read out of it. I was hitting, he was hitting. And listen, we're not good golfers by any means. But in all of the shots that we hit, we definitely hit some pier ones. And there was not a single one read by GolfDaddy. All of them made no sense for what club we were hitting and where we were going. And there, I will say this, there's limited functionality within the app in terms of this. There are only certain clubs that you can use. It's sand wedge, pitching wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron. That's pretty much it. And so those are the only clubs you can use on the app, and you have to select a club before you hit, and that's all fine. The problem with the functionality of the app is that it's confusing. So there's this start recording button, which allows you to hit your shot. And then when you line up to hit your shot, you have to go back to the phone, which is supposed to be set up 5 feet away from you, and click record. And then it pops up on your screen, and you're supposed to swing. But then any slight movement, it thinks is your swing. And so it's almost impossible without somebody there to actually play any golf, if it were to work. I don't know if this thing has any possibility of getting better in the future. I just don't know enough about AI and technology to understand if this can happen. It seems like these simulators have a bunch of different camera angles, and their frames per second is way more than an iPhone can do. And I don't know if AI, they say they have a sample base of swings and that's how they're doing it. I don't know if that actually works. And when I purchased this thing, I assumed it wouldn't work, right? I had seen enough and read enough where I was like, man, some people are giving this 5-star reviews. If you go on Dix.com, it's all 5-star reviews and 1-star reviews, which makes me wonder about those 5-star reviews. What is happening? with that. And I'm like, this is fishy. And my thought was that if this was a scam, the smart way to do it would be to have it, you hit a shot, and then it reads the divot pattern, and based on whatever closeness it is, it gives you some random shot. It's not actually calculating anything. It just says you hit a 130-yard fade, and it looks good on a screen, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's what I probably would have hit in real life, when in reality, it's not doing any sort of simulating. It's just giving you a shot based on your divot that isn't at all accurate. That's what I assumed it would be. However, it's not even that. It seems like there was an actual effort to make it be AI intuitive and for it to be like a real simulator. The problem is it just doesn't work. I don't know if it needs more development. I don't know what is the end goal for GolfDaddy, but this doesn't work. And so if you're curious about buying it, I wouldn't recommend. I don't know what they're filming and putting on YouTube. When you search any sort of review, all that comes up is stuff from GolfDaddy. It smells like a scam. It doesn't work at all. Like they advertise, the app is incredibly slow. It is incredibly slow, and it would claim that I was swinging when I was already in my backswing. It made no sense. The app, I can't emphasize enough how much it doesn't work. It just flat out does not work. The only redeeming qualities are that the box look good, the actual material of it looks good, the app looks good, but none of it functions particularly well. So that's my review of the GolfDaddy. You know, we had fun. Not really. It's kind of just a fail. A big, atrocious failure. GolfDaddy, try harder. Stop selling this to people. Don't buy it.